8 Robot Masters down, time to take on the big bad Dr. Cossack. The Russian scientist in the Taj Mahal.
The Taj Mahal? I thought this had a fountain, like I said at the end of the last episode.
No fountain.
It would, but it's snowing.
Because we're in Russia. It snows in Russia.
Now let's compare the arranged soundtrack. How good is the soundtrack of this game?
Yeah, much better when you actually have instruments used instead of just bleeps and bloops.
Big
difference.
The arranged soundtrack is such a glow up. I absolutely love it. So yes, now that we've defeated the 8 Robot Masters, we've got to traverse the icy hills of Russia and make our way into this foreboding citadel with cannons all over the outskirts of it.
And slinkies everywhere.
Yes, I mean, he's a scientist. They're evil slinkies.
You know, you can tell this is a video game because these slinkies are actually working properly. They don't do that in real life.
Yeah, what is it?
Threw my slinky down the stairs and all it did was break.
I'm sorry.
I feel like Powderfinger's music video really misled me to believe slinkies were more interesting, and then Dr. Cossack's stage happens. That is not a reference everyone will get, but I'm sure there is context for someone. Now they're throwing everything at us. Skeleton Joes.
I mean, it's like you're on your way to the big baddie.
Like, grab everything from everybody's stage, put them at the base.
Gotta say though, gotta give props to Dr. Cossack for the level of upgrade that the aesthetics of his Citadel had compared to, say, Wily Castle, the Robotic Fortress, and Mega Man 1. You know, where everything was blue.
Yeah. Beginner's trap.
I mean, even comparing it to Wily Wars, this still looks phenomenal. And I think that truly speaks of how much they put into Mega Man 4, which is why I still come back to it so much. So now, indicative of Mega Man 2, Balloon Adapter.
Yeah.
You gonna go fight the Mecha Dragon? Yeah. No.
Thankfully.
Thankfully not.
Well, that's because,
I'm not gonna pause him halfway through the boss fight and turn him into a teleporting fart.
That's because, 4 is double of 2. So that means 4 has to be 2 times better than 2, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, if that's the case, that means 6 is the best game on the NES, which is why no one bought it, right?
I mean, aesthetically, it's fantastic, absolutely, but 4 is the one I keep coming back to. I technically have it twice on my 3DS because I got it on the Virtual Console and then Legacy Collection happened.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad for anyone who purchased the Mega Man games on Virtual Console and then just a few months later they released a Legacy Collection for a cheaper price. Well, I feel robbed.
First boss of Cossack Citadel. Giant mosquito that pierces the ground, moves left and right, shoots, ducks, weaves, and has that little glowing weak point and nothing else.
Yeah, this guy is a joke. The only thing you have to really worry about is him destroying the floor to a point where he makes the bottomless pit appear.
That and trapping you under him, that you run into him and then get punctured into the hole. That has happened to me way too many times, and as you can see, I nearly died in that boss fight.
Yeah, contact damage is the real problem in that fight, just because of how much damage he does.
Absolutely. But now on to stage 2. Narrowly avoiding wall cannons.
Now, I guess we should mention at this point, as you see with the structure, if you didn't get the balloon or wire weapons at this point, you're just not getting them. You can't go back. Once you're in this castle, you're in the castle.
Yeah, exactly. The password we got at the very end of Drillman's stage is the final password they're going to give you for the rest of the game. It follows the same setup as most of the other games, in that once you enter the fortress, it's a dash to the end.
Yeah, they didn't change this until Mega Man 7 because of the whole item store system.
Yeah.
Finally using Rush Jet.
I mean, there's no other way across. Are you gonna balloon the rest of the way? Because that won't be fun.
Well, I mean, you have to get Rush Jet, which is good. And I like, because of the improved HUD, it means you've got a better gauge of the number of seconds of weapon energy that you've got to work with, which is fantastic. Also,
Yeah.
Drill Bomb destroys a lot of the stage hazards, which I absolutely love. Here I am using Balloon Adapter for some bizarre reason, because I'm like, yes, I'm gonna dodge the spikes. This is a good idea.
I'll dodge the spikes, but not in the effective way. I could use Rush Jet, but I got a balloon.
Yeah, I was watching that second balloon and being like, what was I doing in hindsight? Repeat playthroughs have taught me 2 balloons and a good trip of Rush Jet makes this level a piece of cake. Also, the style points for wire adapter in this Citadel are off the charts.
Yeah, well, this one is ceiling stage, so it really helps using that wire adapter in a lot of areas. I mean, you gotta save on that Rush Jet. Kinda need it.
This bubble bat trying to make my life absolute heck. Oh boy.
I just wish these guys would just fall off and die in the spikes. Puncture the tire or something.
Yeah,
That would make me laugh, I will be honest.
they're sentient. There's like, I'm not falling for that.
Ain't no better, sadly.
Sadly, to my dismay.
And I'm just feeling vindictive against enemies dodging my Mega Buster, and I'm like, no, you must die. Fine, you'll just be stuck down there, and I'm just gonna keep going. Thank you, bye.
There's a fate worse than death.
Now, the item stockpile in this room. I do muff this up a little bit, because I try and work around the spine trap there, trying to get into this gap, and it does not go my way.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying to just walk past this. Do you honestly would it be probably better just going to the bottom and using balloon if you didn't think you can make the jump?
I've also found using Flash Stopper and just freezing the traps in hindsight is a much easier way of doing things.
Yeah. I gotta lie, that door is way harder to see in this version because of the hit system just kind of blocking it on the screen.
Little bit, yep.
I thought for a second there, I'm gonna be honest with you, it was driving me nuts. I thought that exclamation mark when you were on that room, it looked like it was an item.
It does, yeah.
Low-key, yeah. Which before a boss room is a pain. It's just like, why would you put this in the boss hallway?
Oh no, it's a pincer trap. Oh no, it's that one enemy from Sonic 3 Knuckles, Death Egg robot. Or Death Egg. No.
Look at me, I was foolishly using a weapon that does no damage to this boss. Give me my Dust Crusher, thank you.
Yeah, the thing that can actually do damage. And lots of it.
God.
As much as I love Ring Boomerang, it doesn't affect everything. And especially against a boss where it does no damage, not that great.
Man, this boss can be annoying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just a waiting game boss because you have to just wait for him to become whole.
Yeah, and if you forget to slide under it, it does damage you against the wall.
Yeah, nice clip too, because it just zips you inside of it.
You know, for a game that doesn't actually have a devil boss, this as an analog can be quite as frustrating as a devil boss.
I mean, this might as well just be a yellow devil for Mega Man 4. It's pretty much the same structure.
Tiny weak point slides around from left to right. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. There's no pause glitch for this one. It's probably one of the more tedious yellow devil style bosses in the series.
Can you get crushed in this game?
Yeah, you can. If something pushes down on you, that will one-hit KO you as a crush death. That's why Dustman stage is kind of scary, because a lot of stuff later on counts as crushing damage and will insta-kill you.
Yes, those destroyable blocks in Dustman stage can actually trap you and crush you, even if you slide between them. Which is a bit of a pain. I've seen some ridiculously hilarious deaths in Dustman stage. And now...
Yeah, huh?
to the cloud layer of Cossack Citadel. And it's an auto-scroller.
Yeah, you like an auto-scroller?
No, I can't say I do.
Too bad.
Too bad, you get to play one.
Have fun. I will say, out of many of the auto-scroller stages that are in Mega Man games, this one is a little bit less problematic. A lot of the hazards are easy to navigate. I mean, bar for some of the closer platforms, it is forgiving. So, compared to...
Yeah, not just that, but the speed of the auto-scrolling isn't really that fast, so it's easy for you to kind of react to what's coming up.
Yeah, it's good, because a lot of the traps in this level punish you for rushing more than anything. Also, I'm amazed I got that weapon energy as it went off screen.
Yeah, that honestly, I didn't even think was still spawned at that point, but I was despawned.
But nope, it was.
Hey, Beat, can you help me? Instead of just...
No, next game. Next game. Collect my letters.
Yeah, I'm helping you right now. I'm telling you to go up. That's helpful, right?
Hey, Mega Man, what's up?
A ladder.
How much the sky?
That's what I was thinking.
Clouds. Actually, I had a friend that did that too. You would just, introduce yourself like, hey, what's up? Oh, not much, just the sky. Okay, smartass.
Now we have disappearing platforms, but with science.
Wait, they're not really not that bad, because they don't really move that fast.
Why did I use the dive missile on the
Oh,
orbiting
no!
satellite?
Marley, watch out, it's the Sega Saturn logo!
Oh no.
I'll watch it, yeah, because maybe Saturn Man's gonna come and do something weird.
So that's why we never go to Wily Wars 2.
Yeah, die along with the Saturn. Because they screwed up marketing.
Never forgive you. I'm just gonna take the Z-Tank and be on my way. Now, hilariously, it's not too difficult to get in here, but I will say I have forgotten to slide in the past, and it's not consistent, but I have crushed myself before.
Yeah, that's the only problem when you use balloon with a ceiling. Sometimes it just kind of kills you.
Don't go in the dive missile. Oh no, why did I try and go in the dive missile?
It's like what killed you in the Mega Man game? Spikes? No, the ceiling.
The crushing.
So yes, boss fight above a pit of spikes, 3 platforms, and the boss is running around and shooting at you. And then it spawns another one that's faster.
Yeah, remember how we said how nice the wire is? This boss fight makes it a godsend, because half the time you're gonna probably need to have you fall on the spikes, instantly pull out something like the wire, so you can get out of there quick.
Absolutely.
I find it more reliable than Rust Coil or even the balloons, because I feel like by the time I pull those things out, my iframe is just gone.
Does the
Yeah.
spike just to kill you in this room?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Exactly. You only have that short amount of time from your iframes to get out there. Not much.
Dr. Cossack had the right idea. He's just like, spiked wall. Yes. Oh, and that counts as a hit.
Which is so dumb because the guy's already dead. In normal fights, this would just be a cutscene at that point. You can't die. This guy changes the rules.
Yeah, which is why I always suggest, once you've beaten this boss, stop moving completely.
I've actually had a playthrough. I've had one playthrough before where I beat him, and then he shot out, and he pushed me in the spikes, and I died.
Yeah.
So I learned the hard way that fight still can kill you when he's dead.
Yeah. Let's just say a failed take I had. I used the wire adapter to get back out of the spike pit because I got in with invincibility frames. And the second you let go of the wire adapter, the victory music plays and locks your controls, and I fell right back in the spikes.
Yeah. Imagine that. Death.
Here I am I'm just focusing way too much on item management, and I'm just like, nuts.
You waste more item points than to get the points back, so just leave it. Weapon energy don't need.
If anyone asks, I was just jamming to the music.
Stay open for more than 1 second, please.
And when I finally hit him, I get it anyway.
I mean, he gave you health, so good trade. Worth it.
Well, nuts to you, I'm just gonna blow up this wall and get my E-tank, thank you.
Here's Mr. Old Stamper. God always have one in Mega Man games.
And at least it's better than Big Eye. I'll give it that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably one of the worst enemies in the whole classic series.
Which, you know, considering it's a Mega Man 1 enemy, you'd think, oh yeah, it's too trivial, but like, you look at any analog from a later game, they're actually just aesthetically cooler, but way less intimidating. I am getting hit by everything today.
So much for my Mr. Perfect trophy.
Stop getting your arm caught, Mega Man.
Just
Okay,
suck
fine.
it in.
This, it's like look at me just checking for clearance on the way through. Oh.
To be fair, I don't know how the first attempt of that didn't work, but that one did, because the spacing looked almost identical.
Because I didn't jump to check my clearance, which meant that I just bumped into the wall instead. There are some moments in this first run here that are ridiculously, like, a bit cheesy in terms of my execution, but so many hilarious things happened that I just had to keep everything together. And I feel like as a return to Mega Man, that was very true to form. So, before when I blew up one of the earlier walls, this is where the split path joins back up, and I will actually be showing the other path in one of the extra parts. So, the benefit of taking the route I did was that I got an extra E-tank out of it, so...
I mean, as long as you have the weapon energy to get up to that area, you might as well just take it for that reason. Because nothing of importance is on the other path.
So I know this is the last room before the boss, so I decide to go into the boss fight with full health, which means I start grinding for health, but I end up inadvertently maxing out my life count instead.
I feel when you want life, but all they give you are lives.
I mean,
Like, that's not the same thing.
That wasn't meant to happen, but it did anyway.
I'm sure you're very thankful for those lives.
Now it's Big Bad Dr. Cossack in his claw machine. He's gonna grab me.
Oh, great. It's one
Don't
of
let him do it, though. It takes like a quarter of your health. This claw machine's rigged.
Yay, it's my favorite Kirby's Adventure minigame, but with a Russian scientist in it.
You know, it'd be a cruel joke if someone actually messed with his claw machine and make it work like an actual claw machine, where every time he picks you up, the claw just snaps apart, because those things are always rigged.
And as you would have seen there, getting grabbed and dropped by the claw takes out a quarter of your health. Don't let it happen.
Yeah, this guy can 4-hit you. It's not fun.
It is a pain. Now, in terms of his weakness, you can do an equal amount of damage to a half-charge Mega Buster shot if you're using the Dust Crusher, but a fully charged Mega Buster shot is not only faster, but also whittles down his health a lot quicker.
Yeah, it's more reliable to hit anyways. Bigger hit
But
box.
after defeating him, Proto Man comes in with Kalinka and goes, "Wait, stop. My father isn't actually the villain. I was kidnapped by Dr. Wily and forced to pit you two against each other. And the only way I was going to be set free was if Dr. Cossack destroyed you."
Yeah, because from the very beginning, Wily was pulling the strings. He was actually the
And
one
then Proto
initiating
Man
everything.
just drops him in the middle of Cossack's Citadel. He's just like, "No, my plan!"
Wily, you scoundrel!